The year is 1944, and London is under siege by a new kind of horror, the V-1 flying bomb. Known as the buzz bomb for the terrifying drone of its pulse jet engine, these were the world's first cruise missiles. They were fast, small, and erratic, making them a nightmare for traditional anti-aircraft gunners to hit. For months, the Germans believed their retaliation weapon was invincible, as Allied gunners struggled to calculate the exact altitude and timing needed to explode a shell near the speeding bombs. Every missed shot meant another high-explosive warhead falling on a civilian neighborhood. The Luftwaffe was confident. They were winning the war of attrition through sheer robotic persistence. What the Germans didn't know was that the Americans had arrived with a game-changing secret: the variable time VT, or proximity fuse. Inside each shell was a miniaturized radio transceiver, a vacuum tube radar so small it fit in the palm of a hand. Unlike traditional fuses that had to be timed perfectly or hit the target directly, the VT fuse sensed the V1. As the shell flew past the bomb, the radio waves would bounce back, triggering the explosion automatically at the precise moment of maximum damage. It turned every anti-aircraft gun into an Aimbot. The technology was so highly classified that Allied soldiers were forbidden from firing it over land where the Germans might recover a dud. They could only use it over the English Channel. The climax of this technological shadow war arrived on a single sweltering day in late August 1944. The Luftwaffe, unaware that their invincible weapon was being tracked by a new kind of invisible eye, launched a massive swarm of over 100 V-1s toward the heart of London. They expected the usual result: chaotic, frantic anti-aircraft fire that missed more than it hit. Instead, as the bombs crossed the coastline, they flew into a localized wall of lightning. The American-made VT fuses didn't wait for a direct hit. As soon as a shell sensed a V-1 within its radio detection range, it detonated with surgical precision. The results were staggering. Out of 104 V-1 bombs detected that day, the proximity-fused batteries obliterated 82% of them before they could even reach the suburbs of London. The sky over the English Channel was filled with the constant thunder of successful interceptions. German observers across the water were baffled. They watched through high-powered binoculars as their miracle weapons were vaporized in mid-air by a defense system they couldn't see and didn't understand. They suspected everything from elite new fighter pilots to advanced magnetic fields, but they never realized that a tiny, fragile vacuum tube, smaller than a light bulb, had just rendered their entire V-1 program a 65-ton failure. This single day proved that the VT fuse was more than just an upgrade. It was the final nail in the coffin of the buzz bomb threat, saving thousands of lives and proving that in modern war, the smallest components often cast the longest shadows.